Okay, here's an update video on what I've got accomplished today on Monday. What I've done, as you can see, I now have 3 switches right here, and I'll eventually paint this to match the instrument panel. As you can see, I have no room left for any switches. I got the master and auxiliary fuel pump over here. The ignition switch is up there, and I've got one here, but I want to save that for something else. Anyway, there's not a lot of room left, so I had to make an extension to come off this instrument panel down to here. Tied it in just like this. It's got a spacer, that's the way that's supposed to be. I put a bolt in down here, put a piece of fuel tubing on that for a isolation damper. So anyway, show you what I got accomplished today. Walk around on this side, you can't see it right now. Anyway, what's cool is that is the master switch. I've yet to label them, but I will. This is our auxiliary fuel pump. Okay. I have got the strobes wired up to those switches that I installed today. Got them wired in, coming around, coming over to the hot box. They come down through here. They're tied in right here. Okay. This is the strobe box that I mounted today. The wires coming off, and they're tied into the auxiliary outputs on the hot box. One thing that I did discover today that I am super excited about is I was going to install a starter solenoid. I was going to mount it back here somewhere, and lo and behold, I started reading some paperwork on this hot box, and it said to take the red cable and hook it directly to the starter. And I thought, well, I've got to have a solenoid. So I got to thinking, maybe there's one already installed into the hot box. So sure enough, with the master switch on, you turn the ignition all the way over and listen for the click. Hear that click? So actually what I did is I took my test light and I put it in that big red cable back there, and sure enough, when you go to start, it'll send power all the way from the hot box down the side to the starter and start it. Okay, now what I'm really excited to show you with the master on are the strobes. The top one, let's see. Yeah, the top one is the strobes. This one is the nav lights. They're on separate circuits. So these are the switches. I'm going to turn the nav lights on first. Okay, we've got a green and red, obviously. But on the back, there's a white light too. How awesome is that? Okay, walk back around. Now the top switch turns the strobes on. They are awesome. The (360 degrees). All these little bulbs up here are all strobing. So you can run them. You can turn the nav lights off and just use the strobes, or you can turn the nav lights on, cut the strobes off and just use the nav lights. So, okay, that's just an update. More later.